chest as you draw, punch out, and then your hands are down on your gun, okay, and then find that sight picture.
If I didn't have this program, I would have no idea what I was getting into.
The University of Idaho has formed a great partnership with the Moscow Police Department. The Cadet program brings in University of Idaho students to undergo pretty rigorous training in law enforcement.
The whole principle of the program is to show students what it's like to get in law enforcement and what the career is like. Students get hands-on experience.
So they learn defensive tactics, they learn how to put handcuffs on, they learn how to grapple with subjects, and they also learn basic life-saving skills.
So when they do scenarios and everything, they understand how to properly detain someone, handcuff somebody, control somebody. Our scenarios oftentimes will get pretty in-depth.
Just call the ambulance, like, come help me! I don't feel good!
As soon as we started doing scenarios, as soon as we started doing hands-on stuff, it just clicked there that I was like, this is 100% what I want to do. With the knowledge of what this job holds and entails and the risks that it has, I genuinely was full send, 100% just what I want to do. I love it. It's a program that I think everybody can benefit, even if they're not in the criminology program. Just taking a few classes from it might be beneficial, just for a worldwide view of what's going on in the community, what's going on in policing, and to get a better understanding of this is what police officers deal with, go through, work with. I love everybody here. They're great and amazing officers and people.